The longest part of the process. The longest part of the process is once you start it. That can take an hour. And it's the labor intensive part. It usually doesn't.
Yeah.
Those are spots you really gotta crank on and get them opened up.
All day. This is the one. If you're having a hard time with the neck and the head bending it, probably when it's spinning. Best way to do that, tie for a beaver. Nope. So I'm just always working the flesh side. So put the flesh side down, don't rub the foot. Is this just kind of left on purpose? This was the stuff that we tanned right away. Yes. We picked it. So this needs to come off. You can rip it off. You don't have to. I don't have to.
That is.
It won't rot.
Very much.
Not unless it's... Walk away from it. All day.
Happens.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Hi, Bob.
You got a mini inferno in there? Where's your mini inferno at, brother? Yeah, just put your mini inferno in.
You would be pushing small We're trying to boil water. You can push it.
I have to do the whole thing. Yeah. Yes, sir.
You keep pushing. And I tell you, it takes about a full, half a bag.
You're not going to take it. We're going to leave it all on the heel right here. Well, it's above the current level of fuel. Throw more on there, okay?
Put your foot on, yeah, there you go, and rest the knife on your boot. No, you want to pull, yeah. No, you want to pull the ferro rod, not pull the
Okay. We'll hold the process down a little bit.
You're well over. Yeah, just let it go. You're well over the fuel load. You got a handful of it.
That's good. You don't need to put more in there than that, I don't think.
No need.
One stick. Have this ready? Yeah. Work your way over. You got to place it on. That breaks the point of the top. Got it. Second straight.
Good job, man.
All the way to the other end.
Wait, did you use your knife or the knife? Or we can just draw it out to get the angle, depending on how deep or steep we want the punch. So we'll just go with what we know here. To get it where we need to get it, it's going to take it a minute to get this thing hot. You want this thing red hot.
Look behind you because that terrain looks different. All right, coming back. You do a reverse azimuth. All right, what's the reverse azimuth? The 335.
160.
We're gonna have C 155.
145.
145. I trust you guys. I didn't look. I should have looked. Because what if I have to walk back? All right, something like that. You guys will figure it out. Look behind you.
Until you have all the points have been plotted and are now within the ground. And it's going to look, whatever route you walked, it's going to be illustrated like so on the ground, okay? And then your last point, you'd have to shoot an azimuth back to the original starting point, okay? This
He needs to stop. We need to go to him. We need to shoot a new azimuth, even if it's only for 25 yards or 25 meters. And you need to do that so that when you mark this trail on the map, you have every turn and every hook in this trail so that you know how it goes through the terrain, okay? And the reason that's important is because you guys should be looking at, this point should be on the edge of an incline going downhill. But we're standing on top of the hill. That's how we missed the freaking point. This point should be right next to a waterway. But we're standing on dry ground here and I don't see any water in sight. That's why we can't find the point. Put it all away. Travel logs. I may let you get your protractors back out for one part of this exercise here in a few minutes. I'll let you know. All right? Here's what we're going to do. The first thing I want you to do as a team is I want you to take that piece of graph paper that we gave you. Who had that headlight? Oh. All right. I want you to take that piece of graph paper we gave you, and I want you to divide it into 2 grid squares, which means 1,000 meters by 1,000 meters. Each one of these squares being 10 or 100 meters, right? So these are 1 centimeter squares exactly. So 10 by 10 is 1 grid square. You got enough room on this thing to put 2 grid squares right in the middle of this paper. Yeah. You're thinking about emergency fires, if you're not carrying the right stuff necessarily maybe, or you forgot to put that in there, or you couldn't afford to go buy that. I mean, some of that stuff's expensive, you know. 3 of these flares right here is about 15 bucks. These pole start fires are $5 or $6 a whack. So you're not going to want to use them to light your fire for camp coffee in the morning at $5 a shot. I promise you that. So it's something that you're going to have. Hey, it's once she's starting with her tripod. Her tripod legs are starting too far this way, so she's having to get a lot of leverage just to get it up.
Oh, like four.
You get more. But give her a hand there.
You get farther, but it's like more.
There you go. All right, start over.
now you reset the tripod.
Two water bottles, 1 cup, or 2 canteens in 1 cup.
Most people would tell you that it's survival if I only have a knife. It's survival if I don't have anything. That's not true, okay? First of all, if you put yourself in that position, it's your own fault, right? If I have an SAK in my pocket, and a lighter in my pocket, and a flashlight in my pocket, and a ferro rod in my pocket, and I have a tourniquet in my pocket, and I have a knife on my hip, is somebody gonna steal my pants?
bed and then this will grow.
Our whole team's back.
No, we got one more.
3 o'clock. How much time they got left?
2, 3. Well, we sent one team out of 310.
Okay.
Or back by 310.
Okay.
There's the time, guys.
Hold them on.
So the lesson here is you need more small. Because if you see this thing over here, you got this ball.
If they have a charger on, I can want to
All right.
Cinch down your hood. You're gonna twist it, you're gonna tie it, you're gonna double wrap it over, and you're gonna
the opening cinched up, then we twisted it. We used our locking lark's head to pull that tight around there. And we've got 2 strings there, and so we folded it back on top of itself, and then tied a square knot just to give it an extra, like an extra fold of coverage.
and that's gonna be critical because that is gonna be at a lower part that's gonna be holding the water. As you gather everything up and bring the rest of it to the top, you'll be able to use most of the sides where there's not an opening, but those hoods, you're gonna need to seal those up tight if you want to
That's going to be, you see how low that is on the one side that we're able to use.
So once you've got that done, you'll bring everything together and you'll wanna thread through your grommets. Once you thread through your grommets and start pulling everything together, you'll be able to snap your snaps together.
And you'll see we'll have 2 of these flaps, and we gathered one.
And some of the cheaper ones, like this one here, they look like they snap on both sides, but only one side actually snaps. The other side, it'll go, but actually won't lock. So if you have one of these, just be aware of that. One side doesn't snap and click into place solid. Try the other side.
Make sure you hear that. So then we just start running through the grommets. And these short sides, this is like the front and the back of your poncho, they don't have any snaps, so we're going to have to gather one of those manually.
Dragging it on the ground this time.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again. Get a good video.
Take 3.
Take the pressure off.
Yep, yep.
You can do it this way?
Yeah, pull down. That's it.
There it is.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Put support underneath it.
That's looking much better.
One left.
Alright, stop on my side.
Take it back.
Good. Stop there.
Down?
Pretty close.
Yeah, we're at the hole on my side.
Let's get those.
He's got blood out of his nose. He's got what looks like a bone sticking out of his leg and a bad bleeding fracture. Yeah, he's in trouble. And he's got a spinal injury, man. Okay.
I thought you were doing
Sounds right to me.
We're gonna have to, obviously, like, by the time I fold this in half, I'm gonna end up with a piece of cordage, you know, this long, roughly. And I want a piece of cordage 6 feet long or something. So we take the two uneven strands and kind of center them. I usually make an X, but that's just personal preference because you're going to be twisting them in the center. And we find that center point. Mine happens to be right on where it was branching out. And just kind of pinch it together. If you need to catch up a little bit, Danny. Yeah, go ahead and split off a couple pieces there. So get to the center point in between those two, you know, loops of cordage that or it's not really cordage yet, but cordage material. And so you can see none of my ends are
Not into the material. I got my shirt. It's already scuffed.
Hey, I made it.
All right, so now that you've got it, turn that over so the fire climbs.
Oh, my hand, I couldn't.
Yes, just get in.
Make sure you're straight up and down.
That candle, but don't be afraid to blow on it. Give a little bit more.
Get your burden out the way it's supposed to be. Keep going.
There you go.
No, you're playing too much now. No,
Keep going. You got more smoke, get more air. There it is.
Good job, Kenny.
And you put it in. So,
Oh no.
I'm full knee back because that puts more weight. This leg is doing a lot of work. Right. This leg is doing very little. My arm is doing very little. This arm and this leg are what.
Hold it.
when it's going, hold it.
That's fine.
Good job.
Now turn it. Turn the flame down. There you go. Let it start to climb. Now.
Pull everything you got, Nick.
What's that?
Pull everything you got.
You can do two at once.
Yeah, do whatever it takes to try to get a boil again.